Hey, this is your main man, DG the Great, and today I want to address something that I heard in the media today, as far as the Marshall player Katron Evans. Um, I feel like they have every right to come in and be confident and all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, man, it's a whole new football team up there in Marshall. They had over 60 to 70 transfer players that had to come in this year due to the team leaving when their head coach left the program last year. Now, there's nothing wrong with having confidence, but sometimes you gotta be careful when you poking the bear. Now, this Georgia team that's coming into this year, they're gonna have a lot of chips on their shoulders, and the last thing you want to do is come in and poke the bear of a team like that. Now, earlier in the week, I was a little worried about this team coming into the game, because we had a few issues last year where we couldn't run the ball well. Receivers were dropping balls. Our offense was stuck in the mud in the first half of all our games. We never came out with no pulse. And so this year, it's like, okay, I was going to take it week by week. I still am going to take it week by week. But at the end of the day, man, when I see stuff like this in the media, I just feel like, there's going to be bulletin board material for the team this week. And, yeah, I think Georgia's going to come into this game and they're going to dominate for 4 quarters. I mean, I wouldn't be surprising if this score would be something like 63-10 or something like that. But yeah, I got an article that I just got pulled up, and I'm pretty sure y'all done seen the video circulating around the social media. But better yet, I'll just put the clip of him, talking about how he feel and how confident he feel coming into Athens on Saturday.
We're going to shock them. That's what I'm going to say. We're going to shock a lot of people. That's what I'm going to say.
On the flip side of that, you don't have game film of Georgia just yet as well, but you have a pretty good idea of what they're going to be about. What do you see when you study them? You kind of figure what they're about, who stands out to you, and what do they do?
I feel like from just watching their film, they capitalize off a lot of people's mistakes. Like, if you truly watch their film, a lot of the big plays they got are like when people mess up, like people out of gap or making the linebackers making the wrong fits, DBs not in the right coverage and stuff like that. So it's like, but I feel like the first week is the best time to have them because like we don't know what they expect out of them and they really don't know what they expect out of us because we're a whole new team, 60 plus new players. So it's like, it's the best time to have Georgia though, especially being that we're a group of 5 school and they're SEC.
Along those lines, Katron, how will you kind of settle yourself and not get caught up in the noise, literally, at Sanford Stadium with 90,000 people?
So at Charlotte, we played the University of Florida at the University of Florida. So it's like, and my last year we played that good Indiana team at Indiana. So it's like, it's not something I'm not used to. I've played at stadiums like this. And even at Jackson State, when I played in the HBCU, we sold our games and 60, 70,000 people there. So it's like, it's not an atmosphere that I haven't been in. So I just want to play ball, that's all.
When you look at this team, you mentioned it, 62, I think, 60 to 70 new players on this team. Mm-hmm. Everybody's kind of in the same situation, though. Yep. Did that help bring you all?
All right, so you seen the clip, and you seen, what he said. And like I say, by all means, I have no problem with the confidence, but you're comparing Athens to teams like Indiana, teams like that. I mean, yeah, Florida does got a great, they got a good home field advantage, but that's when you play with Marshall. But you're comparing Athens to Indiana, like that's no comparison. Like you haven't heard crowd noise yet. Like you haven't experienced nothing like that. And it's the first game of the season, and the fan base will be ruckus, and that crowd will be loud for 4 quarters. Like it's gonna be deafening. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no knock on the other teams that you mentioned. The Swamp does get loud, but I feel like the Swamp done lost that home field advantage to a certain extent. Now, don't get me wrong, they show up in the Swamp, but I just feel like it's not as intimidating as it used to be in the early 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s. Like, I feel like it done lost, that part of it. But, hey, man, this team, Georgia, has not lost a home game at home since 2019 when we lost to South Carolina. And I'm gonna throw another stat out there for you. This ball team, or this football team under Kirby Smart since 2017 is an astounding 47-1. Now you take that and do what you will with it. I know a lot of people feel like we're gonna lose that streak this year because we got Bama, Ole Miss, and Texas at home. But I don't. I mean, it's just until I'm shown that we can lose it, I'm gonna always go with the latter. You know, Georgia. It's hard to beat Georgia at home. It's hard. And I just had to make this video, man. Like, he's not the only one, you know, that's confident. You know, they got their DB coming out as well. Let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, so Myers, he's saying that we got history with Georgia. I only think we played one game. I don't consider that history. And he talking about how they came in and felt like they caught Georgia sleeping in 2004. We talking about 21 years ago. He probably wasn't even born yet. If he was an infant. But you talking about, you know, coming in 2004, and yeah, they played us tough. We won that game 13-3. But he feel like that's gonna happen this year. I don't think so. So yeah, man, we gotta. Some people just gotta stop with the, you know, living in the past, because this is not the 2014. Kirby Smart and Mark Richt are definitely two different players. I mean, not players, but coaches. Definitely two different types of coaches, and like, this team will be prepared. That's one thing I can say about my coach. He will have them guys prepared, and he will have them ready to go. But with all that I just said, these are the things I'm looking for against Marshall. I'm looking for us to be able to establish a solid run game. I'm looking for us, the receivers, to get out in and out of their breaks, catch the balls like they should. I'm looking forward to seeing how the defense play. I don't want to see no arm tackles. I want to see thumping and hitting and wrapping up. Even if you can't get the man down, hold him up until the pursuit comes. We don't need to be having these missed tackles where a 2-yard catch go for 30 yards. And now you giving a team, now when you do that, you will give a team like this that already got confidence to hang around in the game. That's what I don't want to see. Like, I want to see us get in, handle them by early third quarter, and then go and get our backup in to get them some playing time. Because I feel like that's what happened last year. We were so caught up in these games, fighting for our life in every game on the schedule. Even teams we didn't have no business being in a dogfight with, we was in them ball games for 4 quarters, and we didn't get a chance to get our backups any type of reps. That's something else I want to see us change this year. I want us to be in games like this. Like, these first 2 weeks, we should see a lot of our 2 and 3 deep get on the field. Like, these games should be over with no later than early third quarter with about 10 minutes left. I'll say about 10 minutes left in the third quarter. The game should be, starters should be sitting on the bench sipping Gatorade with towels around their head and letting the backups, you know, get in. Because that depth is going to play, we're going to need that depth down the line, because you already know it's a long football season, especially with the extension of the playoffs. It's a long football season. Now you're looking at, 16, 17 games? So you got to have that depth. You got to have players with game reps down the line in the season, because injuries, that's what it is. It's going to happen. Football is a physical, violent sport. So you're going to have those injuries. That's why you got to, games like this, you got to put teams away. You can't sit in these games and let them hang around and just build confidence. You got to get in and get out. Knock them out the ballpark. Knock all that confidence out of them, and then send them back right on back up to Marshall, and then let them get ready for next week with their game. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I say, I feel like we gotta, this game shouldn't be close at all. Like, it shouldn't. And I say that with a grain of salt, because like I said, I was saying this last year about a lot of games that shouldn't be close, but here we are in the fourth quarter. We, Georgia fans, sitting on our hands, biting our nails, hoping we don't get upset by a team we ain't have no business losing to. So, you know, those are things that I be, you know, worried about. But I just got a feeling about this year team. I think they're going to come in this season with a chip on their shoulder, because there's been a lot of doubt this offseason. It really have. There's been a lot of doubt on the Dawgs. They're questioning Gunnar Stockton, because Gunnar Stockton he's not the flashy quarterback that college football used to saying. He's not a Joe Burrow. He's not a Trevor Lawrence. He's not a Baker Mayfield. He's his own guy. Good old Southern boy, you know. He driving a throwback truck. I don't even know what type of model truck it is. I just know it's a 80s something model, you know. And he like to fish. You know, he's a good down South Georgia boy. You know, that's what we do. We like to be outdoors. We in the nature. We love the nature. So, and I just feel like he's one of those type of quarterbacks, and he's not getting the respect that I feel he deserved. Not rightfully so. We haven't seen much of Gunnar Stockton. You know, Gunnar Stockton, we only seen a game and a half of his, his potential. But with an off season and with that game experience that he got, I feel like, he can. I think we're gonna see a different Gunnar Stockton than opposed to what we seen against Texas and Notre Dame. I think that's what a lot of people like leaning on and bending on. They saying, "Oh, well, this, that, and the third." But if you go back and look at those games, he was efficient. Like, he didn't try to force the issue. Yeah, he did have a bad throw against Texas, that could have potentially went for a pick six. But it is what it is. But the Notre Dame game, even with the way our offensive line were playing, if y'all go back and look at that game, our offensive line got beat up the whole entire game. And he still found a way to have a decent game, But yeah, man, like, I don't care who you have at quarterback. If your offensive line and your running game is not going, it's going to be hard on that quarterback. I don't care who was back there. You can have Tom Brady back there, Peyton Manning, any great quarterback you want to name. If their offensive line is not blocking and they getting pushed back, letting the play get blown up before it gets started. On top of that, you don't have a running game. You're not going to be successful at quarterback. I don't care how you slice and dice it. That's just the name of the game, and that's just how it is when it comes to football. You have to get pushed. You have to block. You have to blow defenders off the ball. That's just the name of the game. And I just hope I see that from my Dogs this year. I hope we come in and just maul teams. I'm talking about mauling for 4 quarters. Now, I know it's going to be some teams that are going to stand up like Alabama, Texas. Those teams, you're going to have to come to play. Because just like our offensive line, we're expecting our offensive line to maul people. You best believe they front seven, they can stand up with anybody in the country. But yeah, games like this, like the one we're going to see in less than 48 hours, we should come in, maul them, go ahead and get them out the way, and go and get our second and third string players in. And that's all I want to see, from the Dogs on Saturday. I just want to see how we come out. And I don't want to see no slow start. Like, our first possession, I ain't going to lie to y'all, I'm expecting points. And I'm really expecting 7 points. I'm expecting a touchdown. I don't want to see us starting slow. Like, I don't know. I feel like we got too much talent around Gunnar Stockton to be starting off slow. That's just my opinion, and then that's just how I'm feeling. There's no way we should come out and start slow and then punting on our first drive. No, because see, like I said, once again, if you don't come out and hit these guys in the mouth, they already in the meter talking about how confident they is. So when you give a team confidence, it can come back and bite you. So we better come in and do what we need to do, and I'm expecting a comfortable blowout win on Saturday. I'm expecting, Athens to be rocking as usual. And I'm expecting us to extend this home win streak. And that's all I got for y'all tonight. Hope y'all getting ready, getting everything, getting all the festivities in line and in order for the season opener on Saturday. Who all going to the game? Y'all be safe. You know what I'm saying? And y'all cheer them Dogs on. I'll be cheering from the comfort of a bar or with my homies or wherever the case may be. But we all gonna be linking up, and I'm gonna be cheering the Dogs on with my gear on, and that's all I got. And y'all already know when it comes to DJ the Great, it's all about them Dogs. Go Dogs.